throwing boats in the water and letting the kids throw stones.
Does the version start?
10 minutes.
She did it.
All for it.
We had 2 decks looking out on the river, over Ocean Avenue, all the arms. So.
Everyone's here is right. It's all their house and ocean course here. I don't see first place. So I think there's really more. What are we doing about this? It's hard. I need to
What I'm trying to get out of the
You just can't ship it out. It adds complexity to it because it's like you're not going to get like 100 minutes plus like 20 because it's 120. That's not 20%. But and you have to approve the offsite. But you can do offsite. It's just more complicated. But I'm dealing with this guy, Alan Rapid Beach. He's over a request. I mean, they are allowed to do that, but it has to be 20% So, like, if he wants to put however many it's there, watch that, and it's not 20%, then it's actually like certain things, 20% total. No, but I got a call, like, I guess it's a request, it's the same guy, same. So he's sticking around, definitely. The developer that we're dealing with in Allen, City, he filed a request here. I think he just blanketly filed a request every time it went. They didn't see the appropriate. They haven't really paid it
Stand for a
off.
salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Borough of Seabright, in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, has provided adequate notice of the date, time, and location of this meeting to the Asbury Park Press on January 26, 23. Filed notice with the Borough Clerk, posted notice on the Borough Office, in the Borough Office, and on the Borough Office website. This meeting is open to the public, and everybody is welcome. And good evening, everybody. We have a roll call, please.
Councilman Bieber.
Here.
Ms. Bills.
Here.
Mr. Cashmore.
Here.
Chairman Cunningham.
Here.
Mr. Julio.
Here.
Vice Chairman Nassau. Mayor Kelly. Absent. Mr. Lawrence.
Here.
Mr. Lexstein.
Here.
Mr. Schwartz is absent. Mr. Zelina.
Here.
I think we all want to be where Mr. Kelly is. St. John. Okay, on to the minutes from the March 28th meeting. Discussion or motion?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Sills?
Yes.
Mr. Cashmore?
Yes.
Chairman Cunningham?
Here.
Mr. Julio?
Yes.
Vice Chairman DeSeo?
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Mr. Lexi?
Yes.
I think
Executive board,
I was just gonna go to the executive board.
I'll move to approve the executive board minutes.
Thank you, Frank. Is there a second on the minutes for the,
I'll second that.
better roll call on that, please, sorry.
I think you can just do it all in favor. It's easy.
I've always had questions about that.
Last year term.
I'm gonna do roll call.
You don't have to do the roll call on that, but you can.
Okay, well, let's do all in favor. Anybody? Anybody opposed? Thank you. Okay, on to exec site, exquisite relief. Oh, we're gonna do the carry shortly after that.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to recuse myself from this variance.
Thank you, Earl.
Is this actually?
It's not a use variance.
I didn't think
It's
so.
a permitted use.
It's a change of use.
It's a change of use.
Thank you. Welcome back.
On to exquisite relief.
It's a permitted use.
Welcome, everybody. Happy to have you here tonight.
Good evening, everybody. Have a seat, please. Good evening, board members and board professionals. My name is Dan O'Hearn. I'm an attorney with the firm of Burns, O'Hearn & Hubel in Red Bank, and I represent the applicant Exquisite Relief, as I think I heard some people just commented here. We're here tonight because my client, and just sitting to my left here is Chelsea Pape, who's the owner-operator of this business. It's a personal service business, massages, facials, and other related services. So the prior use was a retail use. This is a personal service use. Because there's a change in use, we need to come before the board to obtain that approval. The property is located at the business will be located at 1050 Ocean Avenue. My client has a leasehold interest. She has a lease to operate her business at that location. It's Unit 8 at 1050 Ocean Avenue. So without anything further, I'm going to have Ms. Pape testify in support of the application.
If you could, please raise your right hand to be sworn. You swear the testimony you are to give here tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Please state your name and spell your last for the record.
Chelsea Pape, P-A-P-E.
And just as a matter of business, I pre-marked in terms of an exhibit list the items that were submitted with the application, A1 being the actual application, A2 being the application for zoning permit, which was denied. A3 are the photos of the subject property, 10 images which were provided. A4 was the commercial lease, as referenced in the opening statement between the property owner and the applicant. And A5 are the architectural plans entitled Interior Renovations for 1052 Ocean Avenue by James P. Daly Architects and Associates.
Yeah, and for the record, Mr. Daly is present tonight. I wasn't going to necessarily call him because it's primarily interior renovations, but just in case the board or any of the professionals have any questions, he's here with us.
Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Pape, you're the owner of Exquisite Relief?
Correct.
And you're the sole owner, right?
I am.
Just tell the board about the nature of the business of Exquisite Relief.
So I am a licensed esthetician and a licensed massage therapist in New Jersey. So I would like to offer both facial services, massage services, as well as other aesthetics and self-care and personal care services throughout the business. First, I would like to start with facials and possibly waxing and massage. Those would be the main services offered initially, and then as clientele grows and clientele requests grow, possibly growing the service menu a little bit further.
Just give the board a little bit of your benefit of your experience, prior experience in the personal service.
Yes. So I actually worked for a chain company for 7 years. I worked for Massage Envy. I started as a sales associate. I worked my way to a supervisor. At that time, I was also in school for massage. This was in 2015. I did graduate in 2015 and obtained my license in 2016. So I have been practicing massage since then, as well as in 2018, I taught massage for a little while at an education place called Fortiva in Wall. It has since closed down. And then after that, I did start my business after COVID allowed me to go back to work. Unfortunately, it did put a hindrance on my profession. So when I did go back to work, I created my LLC, and I've been working closely with Perspirology's owner and their trainers as well, which is why I think the location that I've chosen would be perfect, because I already do work on a lot of their clients and work closely again with the owner and the trainer, so they tell me what their clients are looking for, and I let them know what they need to be worked on in their training as well.
And so you just alluded to the fact that your clients having some experience within it. So what was that other business again you mentioned?
Perspirology.
Okay, and where are they located?
They are located right across the street. They are actually 1054 Ocean Avenue.
Where do you get a sense for where most of your clientele will come from?
Rumson, Seabright, Deal, and Long Branch. And a lot of the Deal clientele do come to Perspirology during the summer, so it is perfect in a sense.
Let's talk a little bit about how you envision this business looking so the board can get an understanding. How many employees do you anticipate having on site on a daily basis?
So there will only be 3 rooms, as you can see in the, in architectural plan.
The plan.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, in the blueprint. So I intend to have possibly 2 front desk staff, as well as 3 staffing, 3 either estheticians or licensed massage therapists in the room, so about 5 on hand at the time. If I am there for any managerial purposes, it could be 6.
So max 6?
Yes.
And you mentioned rooms. Those would be rooms where obviously your people who your employees would perform the services,
Yes.
I guess, including potentially you.
Correct. And I would like them to be dual service rooms, so that either service can be provided in any of the rooms.
And what do you anticipate your hours of operation to be?
I would like to start off with 9 to 8 during the week, and then 9 to 6 on weekends. As clientele grows, again, if anybody requests for longer hours, then I would take it into consideration.
So when you say during the week, is that Monday through Friday?
Yes.
And then the weekends 9 to 6, Saturday, Sunday?
Correct.
And just how many, to give the board a sense, like how many customers could you have come in and out of the business, say, on a daily basis?
So I would say that the most popular service is around 90 minutes to 2 hours. However, there is a possibility that somebody would just book an hour service. So being that there's 3 rooms, maximum amount, 3 rooms by 11 hours, that would be 33 people throughout the day. But like I said, the popular services are 90 minutes to 2 hours, so it would most likely be less than that, about half the amount.
Now, one of the issues that the board planner addresses is parking. Do you have any on-site parking available?
I do not.
And that's through the lease. There's no on-site parking. So where will your customers park if they're coming to your business?
I would hope in the municipal lot across the street.
And would you provide them guidance or direction in that regard if they ask for it?
Absolutely. I know on the street, there's also the signs 30-minute parking, so I would advise against them parking on the street and to use the municipal lot.
Do you know if the existing retail or the retail service that is leaving advised patrons to use the municipal lot as well, or you don't know?
I do not know.
We don't really have that.
Not a problem, I just was curious. I'm assuming it's probably the same situation, but.
The town is nice, so I don't think they advise anybody of anything.
And then after that,
Say that again,
it's
I said it was the town.
They just wanted to sell it.
I have a question. How many, do you think you think you would be limited to 3 customers at a time? Would you only have 3 rooms?
Yes, there will only be 1 service table in each room, so it would be only 1 person in a room at a time.
And when you said that you're possibly looking to expand the menu at some point, you're not looking from a nail salon or anything?
No.
No? Okay. So-
There's not enough space. I mean,
I
it would be
don't think
nice.
That's what I'm asking, yeah. So basically, like, what else would be in the realm of expanding the menu? Just as an idea.
So like lash tinting services, lash lifting, like I mentioned, waxing before. Also, another thing is eyebrow tinting is another popular thing right now. Eyebrow lamination.
But nothing that would ever extend past 2 customers
No.
at a time? And would you agree to that as a condition of approval? Only because you do have a parking problem.
Yes.
Now, so.
Yeah, I think once it gets fitted out, you're
Yeah, pretty much set in the
Now,
person.
and I would, just for the benefit of the board, I assume there may be times where there's 3 people in the room, you could potentially have somebody, one customer
Yes.
waiting for us. Yeah.
Right. But they're not serving more than 3 customers.
Correct.
They will most likely be waiting at the parking meter.
The only,
Hopefully it's a nice day while.
the only thing that might change that is if somebody came in to buy, like, let's say a facial cream or something, but that would be a quick transaction, and then it would most likely.
That's what I was going to say, you sell products.
Yes, products for both massage and facials, also self-care again.
And would you be doing further down the road, would you be doing like Botox?
No.
And any other cosmetic?
So in New Jersey, you do need to have a doctor on staff for those medical services. I don't plan on having a doctor on staff at any time. I mean, it would be nice, but I don't have the space, unfortunately.
So I would ask, in the event that you do wind up, creating a relationship with a doctor to come in, would you be opposed to maybe coming back to the board?
Oh, no, absolutely.
In the event that those kind of services would be available to discuss and that kind of thing? In the event that that were to happen?
Absolutely.
Right. So we could make, as a condition, no more than 3 customers at a time, other than walk-ins to buy the products.
Yes,
And a maximum of 6 employees?
on a given day.
Okay.
Yes, well, at.
They don't have to be- they don't have to be- they don't have to be-
Yes,
They don't have to be the same employees, but like on site, you have a
Yeah.
maximum of 6 people.
absolutely.
Have you given any thought to employee parking?
Employee parking, I have heard that there is a lot in town, but I'm not sure
That's
how
going
that
away at
works.
some point.
Oh, okay, it is, okay. So no, I have not, but they too hopefully would be able to park in the municipal lot if that lot is being taken away from the township.
Chelsea, if you get the approval, when would you anticipate business operations starting?
I would like to get started on the construction immediately, and then I would hope to open at some point in the beginning of the summer. May that be June or however long the permits may take for the construction. I would like to get it up and rolling as soon as possible. You can see by the lease I have signed it as of January, so I am trying to get the ball rolling.
So your construction is 100% interior?
Correct.
And you're going to replace that awning thing, Todd?
Yes. It will, so I have called.
Should have led with that.
I have called the company who initially installed the Ralph's Italian Ice awning, and they have let me know that they're able to refit the original bars that are on there, given the correct paperwork was submitted when Ralph's Italian Ice had put the awning up.
Okay, good. I forgot to touch on the antique store in there.
Yeah.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that. They were even worse than.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to address some other issues.
I'm good.
You're good? All
Yep.
right. We don't have any other, I don't have any other questions for Ms. Pape unless the board has anything else. And as I said-
Anyone on the board, questions?
No questions, I just want to let you know that for your employees, you can get parking passes from the town,
Okay, perfect.
so that they don't have to pay the meter. You
Awesome.
pay a set fee,
That is great
and
to
then you
know.
have those.
And how would I approach doing that?
I think we get them through the police department.
Yeah, the police department issue those, and Chelsea, it looks like this year that parking is going to be available folks along the riverfront. We're in final stages of agreeing on that, and then we're trying to find parking in addition to that for subsequent years if that disappears.
Perfect.
So we're going to try and maintain as many employee parking spots as we can in the town, but as you know, it's a challenge.
Yes,
And
it
there's
is.
no guarantee. You may have to deal with it like everybody else does.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Make a motion? Oh,
Nice.
anyone in the public care to be heard this evening?
Thank you. I'll make a
Well, I
motion.
kind of bypassed that.
I'll make a motion to approve the application. I think it's a great application. I'm glad it's not a restaurant, and I think it's the type of thing that would be very good for the town.
I'll second the motion.
We need a roll call, please.
Okay, Councilman Bieber?
Yes.
Ms. Bills?
Yes.
Mr. Cashmore?
Yes.
Chairman Cunningham?
Yes.
Mr. Julio?
Yes.
Vice Chairman DeSeo?
Yes.
Mr. Lawrence?
Yes.
Mr. Lexi?
Yes.
Mr. Salina?
Yes.
Good luck, Chelsea.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Welcome.
So excited. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
All right, we need to carry an application, I believe.
Thank you again. Have a nice night.
On to 16 Via River Properties LLC.
I'll make a motion to carry to the 425 meeting without further notice.
Second. Excuse me.
I'll second.
Oh.
Elizabeth? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion's carried.
Can we put a stipulation on that we'd like to see the plans before the meeting? I like to review stuff before
I think that's why they needed more time, I believe, from the conversations on the phone. That's what
Because if they're changing the whole application, I'd like to see what they're doing before we sit here and just analyze it right in front of us.
Well, they said they were going to change it all, and well, I heard that they weren't changing much. So we do need to see the plans.
Absolutely. If they just walk in here with the plans that night, I think we're going to say, go ahead.
Yeah. So agreed, Mark.
Okay, if you can make them aware of that, we want to see the plans before the meeting.
Yeah, that's what's taking them longer to come back, because they're in the
I think we're good.
Mr. Chairman, if I can,
Oh, yeah, you're going to.
can we discuss the WAG application? I know that Jen has some comments that she wants to do our attention.
So I know at the meeting, I know Christine was here at the meeting, but I know at the meeting there was questions about the circular staircase to the roof, etc. And you all felt comfortable allowing that to go to resolution compliance, which is totally fine, except for the entirety of the roof now has changed from like a third of the roof to almost the entire roof being utilized. And I don't have a problem with it from a planning point of view, but I'm not comfortable approving that as like a resolution compliance issue that you guys don't know. So I brought the plans, so just to can the camera see this? Is that, can you see it? No?
Not well.
But anyway, so that was what was approved. I'll bring it over closer to the camera in a minute. Which you can see is a modest room with like a third of the roof being used as the deck, right?
That was the original.
That was what you guys saw. And then what they came back with was this, which, yeah, shows a circular staircase, but now the entirety of the room on the roof has expanded and they're using the entire roof, which I don't have a problem with, but I'm not comfortable making that decision without bringing it back to you, which is why my resolution compliance letter recommended. I spoke to Kevin Sabi, he was like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, okay, well, if the board says it's fine, I'm fine with it, but I'm not fine making that decision. So here I am.
They're using it as
Yeah, so now
houses above houses, right?
the entire, like before the deck was like this,
Right.
and now the deck, the whole area.
So does that change any, like the railing or whatever they have?
I mean, it says that they have a 42-inch guardrail around it, like along the perimeter, but
That's what we had asked for.
right, so now it's around the entirety of the area. I just wanted you guys to be very clear that like what
It's a larger structure.
it's like triple the size almost.
Did not create any new variance?
No, it didn't, because it's on the existing structure, so it's not like expanding that, but I just want you guys to be aware that what you saw at the meeting is going to be vastly different if this is what they construct. So that's why I'm bringing it up.
The only thing that comes to my mind is, that, are they going to change their use of that deck now by making it so large? Are they going to try to?
It just says rooftop, it just says rooftop open deck, like there's no,
The structure got much larger.
the structure stays the same. How much of the roof they're using has increased. The roof was always there.
They're going to use it very differently than what they proposed before. And
So that was my recommendation, that they should come back to you, present this, and say, this is the change, and this is what we're gonna do with it. You know, he pushed back, and I'm like, well, if they're fine with it, then I'm fine with it, but I'm not making that call.
He being Kevin is up.
Yes.
Yeah, Jen, I would make 2 points. One, we as a planning board have had discussions about the fact that when people make significant changes after we approve something,
I agree.
we're not comfortable with that, and we want to be approving a final version, and nothing should change afterward. That's point number one.
Yes.
Point number two, when I saw that original plan, it seemed curious to me that they weren't using more of the space on the roof, because it was there and available. And I kind of feel a little bit like it was changed after the fact. So
It was, yeah.
But I did not feel comfortable signing off on it,
Yeah.
because I've heard these concerns from you guys about other things in town where after the approval,
I would suggest we ask him to come back.
that's what I recommended,
We
so,
have multiple people that are concerned.
agreed.
They're an old Seabright family, but it's time for them to come back and visit us again.
And I'm not suggesting that they're doing anything like nefarious, but I'm just saying you guys should.
At least explain it.
Exactly. So, Candace, do you want me to reach out to Kevin and let him know, or like I'll let him know that we discussed
We need
it?
to discuss it with them, or I can reach out.
I mean, I'll call him and I'll let him know that we discussed it and that he needs to come back, and that, you know, whenever he can get back here. And Ben, I would suggest that this is a note, they would have to notice, right? Because it's
Well,
kind
that
of
was actually going to be the question I was going to ask.
No, they have noticed that they're coming.
If we all agree that this is a significant modification, they should renotice so that anybody that
is interested.
didn't come because they liked the first plan,
Has the ability
or
to
didn't
come.
object because they were okay with the first plan, has the opportunity to see this plan and weigh in. And maybe nobody will, but at least they'll have the opportunity.
You're not gonna be like, no, don't notice, and then someone's like, wait, I would have come and objected.
But to be clear, we're not making them come and refile a whole new application. This would be, you know, what I like to refer to as the request for administrative approval change
Yes.
to the original resolutions, but with no.
I'm sure.
I would recommend that.
I agree. I totally agree.
So-
I think that's fair to
Mark,
everyone
you good
involved.
with
Yes, I agree.
But so I will call him tomorrow. If I can't get a hold of him, Candace, I'll let you know, but I will definitely let you know like what transpires, because I just, you know, if it was like a couple square feet here and there, I probably wouldn't have even brought it up, but it is a significant
Jen, if I
difference.
recall correctly, there was some discussion about
Well, absolutely.
there was during the meeting,
Absolutely.
and they changed it anyway.
Yeah, the other concerning thing, if you remember, was there was a deck on top of the third story structure. And I asked the question about, what are you going to use that for?
Yeah.
And then we eventually got to, well, we'd like to put a stair. Is it on the plan? No. They took a 15-minute break, they walked out, and they changed everything.
So that's why I was like, nope, when I saw the plans, I was like, this is
Yeah,
not.
this is a case
You want
of
to see
creep.
what they're actually.
I agree, and that's why I made the recommendation, because I'm just,
I remember.
I don't like to distrust people, but, you know, and what will happen is that they'll construct it, then you're gonna wind up getting complaints. The plans that are on file don't show it, people are gonna be all up in arms, and it's gonna fall back on you. It's cleaner if they come back, explain what they're doing, and then if you guys are okay with it, then that's fine. If not, then they're gonna have to go back to what they showed you before.
I think this is a great example of implementing what we said we wanted to
Yeah,
do going
I agree.
forward, and that is make sure the final plans are reviewed and approved.
100%. So I will call them tomorrow, and I'll keep you in the loop. And Ben, I'll keep you in the loop. Unless Ben, you want to do it, but like you want me, because I've already been handling it. I'll just, if there's an email chain, I'll just loop you in on the email to make sure you're aware of what's going on.
But that should be
Exactly.
For the most part.
If they don't want to reapply, renewal.
Then they're gonna have to build what they can't, what the plan showed
They
beforehand.
have that option.
Correct. If they don't wanna spend the money to come back here, they can go back to what they showed you and the size of it, with just the stairs included and nothing else. Because even like interior space has expanded as well, so it made me very uncomfortable.
And hopefully so.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks.
Is there any other business before the board this evening?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second? All in favor? I'd also like to welcome Ben, and happy to have you here.
Thank everybody for welcoming me and selecting me, and also to thank Candace, who was wonderful between the last meeting and now.
Oh, she's great.
Make sure I had everything ready to go. So thank you.